questions.
Kumar, how does it feel to be second to the Don?
Oh, well, I think everyone's second to the Don. I'm pretty happy that, you know, 2 double hundreds behind him, but that's about the only way I could probably even get close to reaching him. So, yeah, just pretty happy with the day's play.
How would you describe your innings here on this pitch and against Pakistan?
Well, I think quite a bit of hard work, quite a bit of luck, starting with the first ball of the day today. But the thing with the Pakistani bowlers was once they spread the field, it was a bit difficult to rotate singles, especially against a guy like Ajmal, because he's got variation, and being a lefty, I rarely come out of the crease to him. But other than that, if you spend enough time out there was runs on the offer. I thought they bowled pretty decent areas, but it would have been brilliant if Mahela and Angelo both got hundreds, because they were well set and they looked really comfortable. It was a bit disappointing that they could make it over the line, because I think they really deserved that.
Kumar, this wicket seems to be somewhat different to the wicket what we see in Galle. So any comments?
Well, I think it's slightly maybe a bit less turn and it maybe broke up a bit less. There was a bit more grass cover on the wicket, but I think it's a fantastic effort by Varnavira to give us a wicket of such quality after the rain that they had and preparation being stalled. But I think it was a case where, again, I think we let Pakistan tail get away a bit too much with too many runs, especially with Rahman getting a 50. But other than that, if we can get a few early wickets in the morning, we'll try and see whether we can put some pressure on them.
And in your long innings, almost 11 and a half hours, so there have a few interruptions with rain and all that. So how did you keep going your focus?
It wasn't too difficult. I think sometimes the breaks were welcome, because I was getting tired, and it was nice to come back into the dressing room, have a breather, have a cup of coffee, and then go back out. So sometimes it helps you and sometimes it doesn't, but I think in this innings, interruptions really helped me to refocus, get my breath back, and go back out and play.
You have a tendency of fancy from like the Sri Lanka Pakistan bowling attack coming, you the most number of runs against it. What's your sort of...
I really don't know. I've been trying to think, but my first double hundred I got was against them in Lahore. And since then I've just had a knack of scoring against them. They've got a very good attack, but for some reason, maybe because I'm a left-hander, maybe the spinners find it a bit difficult to bowl to me. I don't know, but and I think I've had a bit of good fortune as well along the way with them. They sometimes drop a few catches along the way, which helps me. So, but other than that, I've got just sometimes as a batsman you feel in sync and in rhythm with a certain attack, and I think the Pakistanis have been like that for me.
Well, having 10 double hundreds to your credit, and you missed the opportunities as well. So any regrets on those lines?
Not really. You can't. I mean, finally, at the end of the day, it's really up to you to convert. The responsibility is yours when you have the opportunity. If you didn't convert, you've got no one else to blame but yourself. So I always think 1 run is better than 0, 10 is better than 5. However many runs you get for the side, and if that helps the side, that's fine. It doesn't have to be 100 or 200, but if you do get the opportunity to go big, we try and do that. So I'll always have certain regrets, but nothing that I can't do.
Sangat තරඟේ ජය ගන්න හෙට දිනේ තියෙන සැලැස්ම මොකක්ද?
සැලැස්ම ඉතින් තව කලින් නම් ගන්න ඕන. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ ඒක දෙය ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන පන්තිය වතුන් එක පැත්තකින් සම මම හිතන්නේ මේ පන්තිය වන්න සමාන දෙන්නම හෙට දෙ පටන් ගනි. නමුත් අපේ වක්කීම වෙන්නේ බෝල පුළුවන් තරම් හරි තැන් වලට යොමු කරන්න. ඒ වගේම පිටිකරුවන්ට වැඩිපුර බෝලට පහර දෙන විදිහට අපි පන්තිය වන්න ඕන.
Kumar, you've had an extraordinary last few months. Apart from some of the technical changes, what are some of the mental changes that have allowed you to have a rich period?
Well, I think you get to a certain time when you resign yourself to the fact that sometimes you can tend to drive yourself a bit too hard and load yourself up with expectations. But I've just been a lot freer. Once I thought, yes, responsibility is well and good, but and taking responsibility for the side is well and good, but at the end of the day, the way you try and achieve the runs that you need to score ease by being a lot freer and being, by expressing yourself a bit more, I think. And it's true in one-day cricket, in Test cricket, whichever format of the game you play. So I think I've been a lot more relaxed. Made some technical changes, as you said, as well as I've gone along. And it's just work. So once I got in the middle, it's never been. Now it's not been everything. You've got to go score 100. You've got to go into this. I just look at the ball. I look at the bowler. I look at the situation of the game, and I think, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to play. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine. So that kind of acceptance of the fact that you're fallible, you're allowed to make mistakes at any time of your career has helped me as well.
Does that sort of apply with all batsmen, or is it something?
I think it should. Sometimes, especially when you're young and you come into a side, you put a lot of pressure on yourself to try and they say, oh, you've got to grab the opportunity, you've got to make most of these opportunities, but that can work in a very negative way as well for you as a player. You've got to be very, very free. You've got to be able to go and play positively. You've got to be able to go and trust yourself and not second guess yourself when you're playing in the middle, especially against a spinner like Ashman. If you're young and you're facing him. So as individuals and as players and as a team, you've got to try and build that into a culture where players are allowed to make mistakes. If you make the same mistake continuously and you're not. You're frivolous with it, that's a different question, but players have to be able to learn to accept failure because that's the only guarantee probably in cricket. So once they do that, once they accept that, it makes it easier for you to blossom as a batsman or even as a bowler. So hopefully we can create that culture where doing something positive, taking a calculated risk, all in the cause of achieving a goal for the side should be accepted and everyone should back those decisions.
මහේලගේ සමු ගැනීම ගැන ඇත්තටම ඔබට දුකයිද?
ඔව් මම හිතන්නේ මට විතරක් නෙවෙයි මම හිතන්නේ මහත් ක්‍රිකට් ලෝකයකට මම හිතන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන්ට අපේ කණ්ඩායමට මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු අරුවක් මහේල වැනි දැවැන්ත ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් ක්‍රීඩාවේ සම්බන්ධ ඒක ඉතින් ඒක ඇත්තටම දුකද කියලා අහන්න ඕනේ නැහැ මම හිතන්නේ ඔය කෙනෙක් ඒක ඉබේම දැනන්න බෑ ඒ වගේම මම හිතන්නේ ඔහුගේ අඩු පුරවන්න සෑහෙන කාලයක් යයි. ඒ වගේම මම හිතන්නේ යෑමත් සමගම තවත් අවස්ථාවක් එනවා නමුත් ක්‍රීඩකෙන් දෙන්න. නමුත් මහේල කියන ක්‍රීඩකයා අවුරුදු 17ක් තිස්සේ ලංකාවට විශිෂ්ට සේවය මම හිතන්නේ විශේෂ මගේ කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක මම හිතන්නේ අමතක නොවන ක්‍රිකට් ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් ලංකාවේ දුර.
Sagai, whatever, but you are among some very few batsmen who play Punjab very well. Why so? You play a lot against Pakistan. That's the reason, whatever.
I think it's mainly because I kept a lot temporarily, so I've had to learn to read deliveries from the hand. So I don't say that I read Ashman all the time, but most of the time I do read his newspaper, so that makes it slightly easier for me to play. And also probably because I'm a lefty, when he beats my bat, I don't worry about being hit on the pads. Because if he does beat my bat, usually it's straight to the wicket keeper. Whereas a right-hander, he can beat you on both sides of the bat, so that makes it a bit harder for a right-hander. So I think it's a combination of the two.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thanks.